Let's talk about the two Supreme Court cases regarding abortion. What are the two leading cases in America regarding abortion?
Well, I think most people think of Roe versus Wade, and Casey is the case after Roe that preserved Roe's central holding, but grounded it in a slightly different rationale.
So what is that rationale?
Rationale is that the state cannot impose an undue burden on a woman's right to terminate a pregnancy.
Okay, unlike Brown, there are states challenging on the abortion front. There are states that are going to a fetal heartbeat bill. I have a bill, Judge, that would disallow abortion on demand at the 20 weeks, the 5th month of the pregnancy. We're one of 7 nations in the entire world that allow abortion on demand at the 5th month. The construct of my bill is because a child is capable of feeling pain in the 5th month. Doctors tell us to save the child's life, you have to provide anesthesia if you operate because they can feel pain. The argument I'm making is if you have to provide anesthesia to save the child's life because they can feel pain, it must be a terrible death to be dismembered by an abortion. That's a theory to protect the unborn at the 5th month. If that litigation comes before you, will you listen to both sides?
Of course, I'll do that in every case.
So I think 14 states have already passed a version of what I've just described. So there really is a debate in America still, unlike Brown versus Board of Education, about the rights of the unborn. That's just one example. So if there's a challenge coming from a state, if a state passes a law and it goes into court where people say this violates Casey, how do you decide that?
Well, it would begin in a district court and a trial court. You know, the trial court would make a record. You know, the parties would litigate and fully develop that record in the trial court. Then it would go up to a court of appeals that would review that record looking for error. And then again, it would be the same process. Someone would have to seek certiorari at the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would have to grant it. And then at that point, it would be the full judicial process. It would be briefs, oral argument, conversations with law clerks in chambers, consultation with colleagues, writing an opinion, really digging down into it. It's not just a vote. You all do that. You all have a policy and you cast a vote. The judicial process is different.
In an exchange with Senator Lindsey Graham, Judge Amy Coney Barrett was asked about her faith. Remember, when Barrett first appeared before the Senate Judiciary Committee in 2017 when she was nominated for a U.S. Appeals Court seat, Republican and Democratic senators alike probed her religious views. Here's how the exchange went down today. Graham, can you set aside whatever Catholic beliefs you have regarding any issue before you? Barrett, I can. I have done that in my time on the 7th Circuit. If I stay on the 7th Circuit, I will continue to do that. If I'm confirmed to the Supreme Court, I will do that still. Graham, I would dare say that there are personal views on the Supreme Court, and nobody questions whether our liberal friends can set aside their beliefs. There's no reason to question yours in my view. So the bottom line here is that there is a process. You fill in the blanks. Were this about guns and Heller, abortion rights? She also explained the process of how an abortion case would be heard, starting with a trial in a district court. Once a lawsuit did reach the Supreme Court, she said, it would be the full judicial process. It would be briefs, oral argument, conversations with law clerks in chambers, consultation with colleagues, writing an opinion, really digging down into it. It's not just a vote. You all do that, you all have a policy and cast a vote. The judicial process is different, she said. Some background: the question about Barrett's faith came after Graham asked her about issues like abortion and guns rights. For Barrett's supporters and detractors alike, it's clear that her confirmation would cement a conservative majority on the Supreme Court to limit abortion access. Even if the court doesn't overturn Roe v. Wade, there are cases percolating in courts nationwide that would chip away at an individual's right to decide whether to terminate a pregnancy and give the state room to second-guess that decision. You can read more on her record here. 30 minutes ago. Here's why Barrett wasn't formally sworn in today. From CNN's Manu Raju. Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett is sworn into her Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearing on Capitol Hill on October 12. Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett is sworn into her Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearing on Capitol Hill on October 12. Sean Fupool, Getty Images. Judge Amy Coney Barrett wasn't formally sworn in at the start of today's hearing. A committee aide said Barrett is technically still sworn from yesterday, since this is a continuation of the same hearing. Barrett was sworn in yesterday, before she gave her opening statement.